Hello, guys. What's going on? I'm Craig, and this is Spirit of Vinyl. Happy Saturday. Hope you guys are all doing well. Tonight, beer is brought to you by Three Floyds Brewery out of someplace in Indiana. It's called Gumball Head. I just opened this, have a couple drinks, a little skunky. It's a American wheat ale. It's got a little bit of skunk to it, but it's not too bad. I'm sure the more I drink, the better it'll taste, as usual, right? All right. Well, hope you guys are all doing well. This week, tonight, I'm going to talk about first time spins from the dumpster find again. For those of you who don't know my infamous dumpster story, I found a bunch of records in a dumpster about 3 years ago. It's been about 3.5 now. And there was a whole bunch of them I had noticed in the first year, like 70 plus of them I'd never played since I'd found them. So that's my New Year's resolution, was to play all 70 of those records at some time or another this year and talk about them. So this is the third episode of that series. I got 5 more. I figure if I do 5 a month or so, I'll probably be done by the end of the year. So let's go ahead and get started. My first one that I picked is from 1969. Pink Floyd, Ummagumma. This is a 1978 reissue on EMI Records. This is their 4th album overall, and it's from something called the Rock's Greatest Super Doubles series from Toshiba. This is a Japanese pressing, gatefold. There's the back cover right there. There's the front. You can see nice obi, still solid lines. It's in really, really good shape. Had the insert on it with the Japanese writing, and the labels look like that. This is a double record. Sides 1 and 2 are live, and sides 3 and 4 are new studio stuff. Let's see. So yeah, the live album recorded at Mother's Birmingham, Manchester. It starts off with Astronomy Domine and Cover with That Axe Eugene on side 1. Side 2, Set the Controls for the Heart of the Sun, and A Saucer Full of Secrets. So, and there's sides 3 and 4 right there, so I can get that to come in. So, what are my impressions of this record? Man, first side's live. You wouldn't really know it from listening to it. There's not a lot of, they're doing it very well. It's recorded very well. There's only crowd noise after the song ends. It's probably because the people in the crowd were bored out of their fucking minds. This album blows, man. I'm sorry. This was just pretentious, proggy, the musicianship is good, but I don't know how Pink Floyd got past this being their 4th overall to become the band, the iconic band. This stuff is just experimental for the sake of being experimental. I did not like this at all. I mean, I just couldn't wait for it to be over. It's so long. The songs are so long. I got bored, and it was just, especially side 4. David Gilmour has a song, there's 3 songs on here. It takes the whole side of the record. It's just forever, and this is the earliest Pink Floyd I own. The other Pink Floyd albums I own are, Wish You Were Here and Dark Side of the Moon and The Wall. Of course, those ones right there. That's the era. I really enjoy those records, but I did not like this at all. I didn't. I'm sorry. This was just boring. Marsha P once said it's worse to make a boring album than a bad album. And I think this might be a boring album and maybe a bad album. I don't know. I mean, musician-wise, yeah, they're great musicians. These guys are tremendous, obviously. They became iconic, but I did not like this at all. It was too much. Just too avant-garde, too pretentious, and honestly, I don't know how they got past it. I don't know how people just didn't start writing them off, after something like this. Be just like, this is just long, boring stuff. I don't know. Maybe it's because it's from 1969. Everybody was high out of their minds. And maybe it's the fact that I don't smoke pot anymore. Maybe if I was high, I might enjoy this a little bit more, but due to my job, I can't smoke pot. That's the only reason, honestly, why I don't smoke pot anymore, is because I can't due to my job. So that's why I have beer, but I'm sorry, beer isn't for psychedelic. So that's my take on that album. I didn't really care for it at all. So, all right, next up, let's see. All right, 1979, sixth album overall, the Allman Brothers Enlightened Rogues. This is on Capricorn Records. It is what is called a 73 press. There's your track listing on the back. It is a gatefold. There's your picture in the middle of all the guys from the band. I thought maybe this was, if you look right here, there's some writing right there. Somebody put their initials on there. I don't know whose initials those are because the person whose records I found, I know that guy's name, that's not his initials. So he must have bought this used too at one time, but it's still in excellent shape. There's the spine. I mean, it's in VG plus near mint condition, obviously. There's, like I said, there's the back. There's your track listing on this. Inner sleeve has song lyrics on one side. Here's some notes, the name of the people in the band, special guests, Greg Allman, Dickie Betts, J-Mo, Johnny Johansson, Butch Trucks, Dan Toller, and David Rock Goodflies. Like I said, this is on Capricorn Records. There's the label. I love the Capricorn Records label. I just think it's so cool looking. Overall, what did I think of this record? Man, really, really good. This is from 1979. This is their sixth overall album. I'm assuming that since it's got Greg Allman, but not Duane Allman, that they're the Allman Brothers. I don't know the history of the Allman Brothers, if Duane left the band or, how all that goes. It's weird to me there's only one Allman on here if they're the Allman Brothers. But man, this is a killer record, man. Just kind of a southern rock, blues, and soul type of sound. And it's just really, really good stuff. I mean, my only complaint on this record is it's too short. I just wanted to flip it over and play it again. I'm just excellent. And I don't even really know these songs, none of the main hits that I know from the Allman Brothers are on this record at all. I think one of them seemed familiar when I first heard it, but now I'm looking at this and I'm trying to think of which one it was. Boy, I'm not sure, honestly, which one it was, but I heard one and I'm like, oh, I'd heard that before, probably had some radio play or whatever. But this is a great record. I loved this. This is, like I said, it's just excellent. It was a short. It seemed a little short, and I could have flipped it right over and started all over with side one again. Just a great, great album. Highly recommend this record at all. Like I said, a nice southern rock sound. Just great, great stuff. All right, next up after that, from 1979, third album overall, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Damn the Torpedoes. It's on Backstreet Records. It's a U.S. press. It's a Pinckneyville press. There's the back cover, pictures of the band. There's your track listing right there. Of course, there's a bunch of hits on here. I knew some of this stuff. But yeah, it's on Backstreet Records, which is... but yeah, it's got Refugee and Don't Do Me Like That, which are hits, obviously, that we all know, that we've heard. I've heard. I mean, this album is from 79. I was 10 years old when this came out. I probably heard these songs all over since then. My introduction to Tom Petty is probably around this era, being on the radio and stuff as I was growing up. There's the inner sleeve, picture of Tom on the one side. Here's a picture of the band on the other. It's got the notes up here, who wrote all the songs and stuff like that. And kind of a cool label on here too. Backstreet Records right there. Excellent condition, excellent shape. This inner sleeve I like. It's a harder cardboard rather than a paper inner sleeve. This album's also just a killer record, just good American rock and roll all the way through and through, you know. Like I said, Refugee, Here Comes My Girl, Don't Do Me Like That. Those were all radio hits, if I remember correctly. But the whole record is just great. What can you say about Tom Petty? Just excellent, excellent record. Like I said, this is his third one overall. And just great stuff. Like I said, my first introduction to Tom Petty was probably MTV era, seeing the video with him and Stevie Nicks, doing, oh shit, just went right out of my head. Yeah, Stop Dragging My Heart Around, that's it. So Tom Petty's been something that I've been aware of since I was a little kid. And this is just a great record. The fact that I never listened to it, I can play this over and over also. Just good American rock and roll, great songwriter type stuff. Tom Petty's a great songwriter, great guitar player, just a killer band, the Heartbreakers. They're tight. It sounds excellent. It's produced very well. This is a really, really good record. Highly recommend. All right, let's see here. What's going to come up next? This is a greatest hits album from 1982. Looks like they had 8 previous albums before this. This is the Outlaws' greatest hits. Now, it is called High Tides Forever. I was not sure what to expect out of this. There's the back. This is on Arista Records. I don't have an inner sleeve with this one. I don't know if it didn't come with one or if he lost it before I found it. It's on Arista Records, the old school Arista label on there. What I was expecting when I first grabbed this, by looking at the front cover, I have all my music broke up in genres, alphabetically by genre, and I had this in the country section because I just assumed this was a country band. And because it's got like Ghost Riders in the Sky on here, and just the name of the songs and the cover of the record and stuff, I just assumed that these guys were a country band. And I have mistaken. They were more of a kind of a southern rock band. By the way, this is what's called a European press. If you look on the back, I don't know if that'll come in or not. There's German and French written on the back of this. But when you go to Discogs, it says it's a European press. But this is pretty cool. It's like kind of got a sort of a southern country sound to it, you know. They kind of remind me of the Eagles a little bit, the way they harmonize and the style of music. You know, you could easily hear this band singing songs like Take It Easy or something like that by the Eagles. So that's kind of what I got from this. Like I said, originally when I found this, I just assumed this was a country and western type thing. And that was one of the reasons I pulled it out. I've got country over there that I'd found, and you know me, I don't like country music. So I grabbed an album thinking, all right, I'm going to have to do country. If I save it for the end, I'm going to be listening to country all the time. I don't really want to do that when I'm going through these records, so I have to mix some country in with it. And this isn't country. This is a southern rock sound. But it was really good. I liked it. It's not something I would go to. It's not as much of a, you know, not like the Allman Brothers was more grab me southern rock sound, kind of like a Skynyrd type thing. These guys are a little bit more Eagles than Skynyrd. So, but yeah, overall, pretty good record. Yeah, I did enjoy it. So, all right. Looks like I've got one more here for you. 1980, third album overall from Eddie Money, Playing for Keeps. This is a U.S. Pittman press. It's on Columbia Records, Columbia/Wolfgang Records. And let's see, yeah, this is his third album overall. There's the back cover of it. Inner sleeve has lyrics and a picture on one side, and the other side is just a strictly blue thing. And like I said, this is on Columbia / Wolfgang. That's the little Wolfgang logo up there on the top with the Columbia on the outside of it. This record, it was okay, I guess, you know. It was okay. He has a great voice. There's no hits on this. None of the Eddie Money hits that you know are on here. This has Running Back, Let's Be Lovers Again, The Wish, $1 Million Girl, Nobody Knows, Satin Angel, When You Took My Heart, Trinidad, and Get a Move On. I didn't know any of those songs, Running on Empty and, just some minor stuff that I know from Eddie Money. I've never been a huge fan. Like I said, he's got a great voice and he writes decent rock songs. It's just a little AOR, I guess, maybe kind of a soft album-oriented type rock. Maybe, I don't know where you'd put Eddie Money, singer-songwriter type stuff. It was okay, just wasn't anything special that really, really grabbed me from this. It's not something I would never want to listen to again. And I was pretty harsh on that Pink Floyd album in the beginning. I don't know if I'll never listen to it again. It wasn't, that album I didn't really like. But this album, it was okay. And if it comes up when I'm in a mood and I don't know what I'm going to listen to and random Discog says, hey, play this album, I'm not going to skip it, I'm going to play it. So, but nothing really stuck out with me like, I do have a copy of Run on Empty. At least it's got a couple of hits that I know on there I can sing along to and so on. But like I said, Eddie Money's got a great voice. He was a great songwriter and, just a great singer. So, it's pretty good. Just nothing really special that grabbed me. So, and that's all I got for this week. Those are 5 I've picked. So I would give that Pink Floyd Ummagumma 1 star. Allman Brothers 4, probably. Tom Petty 4. Outlaws about 2.5 to 3. Eddie Money about 2.5 or so. That's my take on those records. My first time listening to those albums. And, I've talked about how I found those records before and the fact that you could see when I was showing how good of a shape they are in. I feel blessed to have found those records. It's really what turned me into the collector I am today and really what got me talking to you guys. So that's why I kind of want to share what's going on and my take on some of these records I've never played before. And I do feel, blessed that I got to find those records. So I just want to share that with you guys. I want to thank you all for watching and putting up with my thing. Let me know what you think of the 5 records down below in the comments if you would like. And let me know what you think. Some of these you guys may have been listening to your whole lives. And here I am. I'm 56 years old now. So first time I've ever played these. And all these are bands, of course, that I'm aware of and everything else. It's not like I'm going in blind. I kind of know what to expect. But these are my takes on the first time I've heard them. So just let me know what you think of these records. Maybe some of these are some of your favorites or whatever. Just let me know. Thanks again for watching. I really, really appreciate it. And I'll talk to you all guys, I don't know, in a couple of days or whatever. Have a safe Saturday. If you're living in the South where I am, be careful. It's raining a lot. So severe storm warnings and tornadoes and all that shit. So just be careful out there if you happen to be in my area. I know some of you are down here in this area. Some of you guys in Georgia and Tennessee and Florida and stuff. So be careful. I appreciate you all watching. Thanks once again. I will talk to you all later.